My understanding is that you did a number of writing drafts and maybe a number of art drafts for this process.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk to me a little bit about how that was, how creating all these drafts, maybe 1, 2, 3 drafts for writing and or art?
When we do writing, it was like this paper that had all the research on it, and we have to do it in what's that called, in order. So I had research about Blizzard, and when we did that, I had wrote it down on my paper. That was my first writing draft. And when I did my first writing draft, it seemed like it was alright, but I had too much words. Like, it's a whole bunch of times in my summary, so we had to change it up into like exciting words to make it fun and interesting and stuff like that. And my art, I'm really not a good drawer, but now I know that I can draw like a little bit, not that much, but draw a little bit.
Okay. How about you, Harrison, the drafting process for writing an artwork? What are your reflections on that?
For writing and art, it's all confusing. It's like which I had to take out, which I didn't have to take out, which I had to copy on, what I had to type on the computer. It was sort of confusing.
Okay.
But I lived through it.
So you'd rather not draft, or tell me more. When you say confusing, it was the whole process of writing something and then having to rewrite it, and so that was confusing to you.
Yeah, I wish we could just write a draft, then just improve it like one time. Just like have this like. Well, Suji did have we had flashcards, and we would write the sentence that were on it.
Uh-huh.
Then if we needed to change it, we could just write it on the back. I like the idea, but before that, I wish we would just like do the idea.
Okay. So if you were to give feedback to your teachers about the drafting process, what might you say to them?
Do that idea first, the flashcards first.
Mm-hmm.
For art, I think it was pretty good, actually.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. At first, I went from I drew a picture from after the tornado,
Mm-hmm.
but then I had an idea that was the tornado that was happening.
Okay. Good. Nade, the drafting process, both writing and your artwork. Can you speak to me about that?
Well, the writing was very, very hard for me because I'm not really that good at summaries. Because every time I try and write a summary, I always forget the words and forget the important details in the summary, and I always add stuff. And the drafting process was not very good with me, but the more I practice with it, the better and better I get.
Okay. So what did you learn about yourself as a writer then?
That even if I have to try at things, I can't just think that I'm not really good at all. I just have to try, and that's what I did. I tried, and Miss Ritchie helped us with making our summary. And now I'm really good at writing summaries.